name is Auntie Tolo, and today we are having a lesson on a beautiful Friday where we have rain outside, and I'm going to talk about rain. In one of our books, Ryan the Rhino, I'll be doing activity 7, and from there we are talking about oceans and rivers, pollutions and waste, and one of the frogs has drank all the rain, and I am so glad, and I wish that frog was here to drink water from outside so that we can have an experience. But then we are not there, we are here. Children, water is a very precious resource. We cannot live without water. Imagine having a frog drinking water, and now we are going to struggle without water. So yeah, water, we cannot live without water. It's a very precious resource, and we need to take a very good care of it. And I have a globe here. You call it globe, right? Yeah. So yeah, around the world here, as you can see, we have water. And 97% of this water running around is very salty. We have a salty water, and from having a salty water, it means that the water travels over land and picks up salts, minerals from the rock and soils, and washes them into the oceans. And now that is why we have a lot of water that is salty. So we need to keep our fresh water, the water that we can drink from and use maybe to wash the dishes. The animals can drink, we can bath from it, we can use it for our trees and plants and everything that is around us. And we need fresh water, and that is only 3% of it. That is why we need to take care of our water. And our water, that it comes from the surface, and from the surface we are talking about the ponds, the rivers, the lakes and the streams. So by protecting our water, it means that we need to protect it from pollutions and waste. Let us start by saying, let us stop wasting. Let us stop waste or littering whatsoever. Let us try to keep our land clean. And by keeping our land clean, it means that we are going to make sure that the land, the environment that we live in, is very clean. Promise? Promise that you're going to keep your land, your environment very clean? I hope you're going to say yes from that, and that we are going to ensure that from pollution we don't have things like the paints that our parents are using to paint our beautiful homes. We are not going to make sure that it's scattered outside here and polluting, and because that chemicals goes underground and there's water underground and everything else will be a mess. So let us ensure that everything that is not supposed to be disposed outside, it is disposed everywhere where it is supposed to be. Let us get the information of where we can dispose things, and then we can start with our lesson from today. We are going to read Psalm 104, and from reading Psalm 104, I have a basin here in front of me, and I'll be having a jug full of water. So wherever I'll be reading, where we are filling in the oceans, we are filling in the lakes, and we are ensuring that we mention water, I'll be pouring in the water into the basin. So as we go, it's Psalm 104 from verse 5. O my soul, bless God. You blanketed earth with ocean, covered the mountains with deep waters. Then you roared and the water ran away. Your thunder crash put into flight. Mountains pushed up, valleys spread out. In the places you assigned them, you set boundaries between earth and sea. Never again will earth be flooded. You started the springs and rivers. sent them flowing among the hills. All the wild animals now drink their fill. Wild donkeys quench their thirst. Along the riverbanks, the birds build nests. Ravens make their voices heard. You water the mountains from your heavenly cisterns. Earth is supplied with plenty of water. You make grass grow for the livestock, hay for the animals that plow the ground. Story time! And I am joined by my beautiful friends here for our story. Before we start with our story, I would like to teach you a song. I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got love like a mountain, I've got love like a mountain, I've got love like a mountain in my soul. I've got joy like a fountain, I've got joy like a fountain, I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. I've got peace, love, joy like a river, mountain, fountain. I've peace, love, joy in my soul. That's our beautiful song. And our story reads like this. Tidalek the greedy frog. Once upon a time there lived a big frog called Tidalek. Tidalek the frog was thirsty. Because he was so big and so thirsty, he started to drink the rain which fell from the sky. He just opened his mouth wide as he could. From that time onwards, all the rain was drunk by Tidalek. But this was not enough. He was still very thirsty, so he looked at the pools, the rivers, the streams. He wanted more and more. Then he drank. Even when he was full, he kept on drinking and drinking. Every last drop of sweet fresh water on earth was drunk by Tidalek. He became a very big frog, as big as a mountain. When he walked, he crushed trees. He crushed plants under his enormous webbed feet. Then the animals began to notice that something strange is happening. The plants, the trees were dying of thirst. The drought was killing everything, and the animals were beginning to starve. But Tidalek was growing bigger and bigger. The animals called a meeting to discuss what we could do. Some said that Tidalek was far too big and powerful and he could never give the water back. Others said that it was just all too terrible and they wanted to give up and die. Then a wise owl spoke. He took a step forward into the circle of animals and said, I have an idea. We must go to Tidalek and persuade him to give us our water back. Surely he will hear our cry and spout the water out of his mouth. The animals agreed with all. This was a very good idea. They could try to make Tidalek give the water back. But he was such a bad-tempered frog that they were scared of. They went to the place where Tidalek lived. He didn't even notice the animals. He just sat with the huge swollen stomach. First, the lion roared, "Give us our water." And the animals said, "Please, Tidalek, we are so thirsty. Please give us our water back." But Tiddalik was so huge that he just looked down his nose and at a lion. He wasn't afraid of him. The rabbit came up and said to Mr. Tiddalik, "We are so hungry and thirsty. All the plants have died." And all the animals said, "Please, Tiddalik, we are so thirsty. Please give our water back." The porcupine came up and said, "Give us our water back, or I will poke you with my spines." And all the animals said, "Please, Tiddalik, give us, we are thirsty. Please give us our water back." Tiddalik just looked down from his huge and said nothing. And then the chimpanzee came up and he didn't say anything at all. He began to dance. He danced like a crazy monkey. He made funny faces. And then the chimpanzee came up and he didn't say anything at all. He began to dance and danced like a crazy monkey and made funny faces. And far away up at the corner of his mouth, Tiddalik's lip began to tremble. The chimpanzee stood on his head and waved his toes, and Tiddalik's eyes began to gleam with pleasure. He held his belly and he did not want to laugh. And then suddenly, he was laughing. Ho, ho, ho. And as he laughed, all the water of the world gushed out. Big streams of clear, beautiful water, and the water soaked into the earth and the plants and began to grow again, and animals were all happy. The end. You know what we can do, children? You see how at the end water makes us happy. So let us remember those who do not have water at their homes because of water is being scarce. Let us not be part of those who are wasting water. We are going to save water and make sure that the water that we are saving is enough for other things that we need at our homes. So now I have a task for you. A task that during this weekend we can all do and see how much water, how many liters we are saving this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, as we are staying at home for lockdown. So let us do this task at home. So we can draw a toilet chart. With a toilet chart, we can place it in our toilets and say, this is me, this is mama, this is papa, this is sister and the baby, or whoever that you live with. So at that time, whoever goes to the bathroom, to the loo, will write the time here. At 8 o'clock, I went to the bathroom and I flushed. Did you know by flushing you are wasting a whole lot of 9 liters of water? So let us calculate how many waters we have saved or we have misused during the weekend by just flushing our toilets. And by then, we will have plans of how we can save water with our families. We are teaching ourselves to save so that we can implement other things that we can do without wasting any water. So let us introduce this chat to our mummies and puppies and whoever that we live with, and have a blessed weekend and have a very, very protective lockdown. Remember to wash your hands and to sanitize your hands and to keep everyone safe, including you. Thank you very much for watching.